Considering a move to Winnipeg? Before you pack your bag, there's a lot you might not know about life here. Winnipeg is known for its friendly people and affordable living, but it's also infamous for its freezing winters, relentless mosquitoes, and yes, those pothole-filled streets. These are just a few of the reasons why some people regret moving here. In this video, I'll walk you through the top challenges of living in Winnipeg and what you need to know to be prepared. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of whether this city is truly the right fit for you. Real quick, for those who don't know me, my name is Richard. I'm a real estate agent that's passionate about helping people make informed decisions about where they want to live in Canada. So naturally, this channel is all about Canadian real estate. And if you like that and you want to stay up to date, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. First reason is the extreme weather. Let's get straight to it. Winnipeg's winters are legendary, and not in a good way. From late November to March, temperatures can plummet to -30°C or lower. And with the wind chill, it can feel substantially colder. That's not just uncomfortable, that's life-altering. Living here means learning to manage the cold. You're gonna need thick winter gear, snow tires for your car, and a strong will to face the elements daily. Shoveling snow becomes a routine, and simply stepping outside can feel like a challenge. Winnipeg averages around 132 days of snow per year, meaning winter feels like it drags on forever. By the time cities like Toronto or Vancouver welcome spring, Winnipeg residents are still bundling up and dealing with the icy roads. The silver lining to this is Winnipeg has on average 318 days of sun, which at least makes it bearable during those winter months. And summer isn't without its quirks. The rapid temperature shifts between seasons can be jarring. And then there's the city's notorious mosquito problems, which we'll get into shortly. Reason number 2 is the potholes and construction. Winnipeg's roads are infamous for their potholes, and there's a good reason for that. The city experiences some of the most extreme temperature fluctuations in Canada, with harsh winters and warm summers wreaking havoc on its infrastructure. Water seeps into the cracks of the pavement during the winter, freezes, expands, and then causes the asphalt to break apart. This freeze-thaw cycle leaves roads riddled with craters by the time spring rolls around. Every spring, as the snow begins to melt, potholes make their annual reappearance, unfortunately. Some are shallow and just inconvenient, but others are deep enough to damage tires, rims, and just your suspension system altogether. Navigating Winnipeg streets often feels like an obstacle course, with drivers swerving and braking to avoid damage. For newcomers, this can be a frustrating experience, while long-term residents just have come to accept the fact that this is part of their daily life. Then, just as you think the worst of the potholes have been addressed, summer brings a new challenge, which is the construction season. Winnipeg's short but warm summer months are the only time crews can repair the damage caused by winter. While this work is essential to maintaining the roads, it just creates a whole new set of headaches for drivers. Construction projects often lead to lane closures, detours, and long delays. Entire sections of road can be shut down for weeks, making commutes more stressful and time-consuming. It's not uncommon for drivers to deal with multiple construction zones in their daily routes, turning what should be a quick trip into a frustrating ordeal. If you are planning to move to Winnipeg and rely on a vehicle, you want to factor in some extra time for your commute and budget for those potential car repairs. What I've heard is many residents also recommend investing in high quality tires. Don't go for the cheap stuff, and just regularly checking your vehicle for damage caused by these rough roads. Reason number 3, which I think is the absolute worst, is the mosquito problem. I hate those suckers. They gotta be one of the most annoying bugs out there, or insects, or whatever you want to call them. They're terrible. And this is all thanks to the city's rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Winnipeg becomes a mosquito haven during those warmer months. These pests are relentless, as I'm sure you all know, especially during dawn and dusk. Outdoor activities like barbecues, camping, and even an evening walk can quickly become a battle with buzzing swarms. Bug spray, citronella candles, and mosquito nets are summer essentials here. The city does work hard to manage the problem. Winnipeg uses fogging trucks and mosquito traps to keep the numbers in check. But it's a never-ending fight. On particularly bad years, the mosquitoes can make the most scenic summer nights unbearable. So if you are someone who hates mosquitoes like myself or finds insect bites particularly annoying, this could become a major frustration. For many newcomers, it's one of the least expected but most impactful challenges of life in Winnipeg. Reason number 4 is the public transit system. Public transit in Winnipeg is often a source of frustration for residents, especially those coming from larger larger cities. The bus system is limited in both coverage and reliability. Routes are sparse, schedules are inconsistent, and delays are common, especially in bad weather. If you're planning on relying on the public transit, just be prepared for long commutes, potential inconveniences. Most locals opt to own a car instead, and that's for good reason. Driving is faster, easier, and more practical in a sprawling city like Winnipeg. That said, like any city, they are making efforts to improve transit. However, these developments are slow moving, and Winnipeg's transit system remains far behind cities like Toronto or Vancouver. If you don't plan to own a car, Winnipeg's public transit could quickly become a source of regret. Reason number 5 is the flat landscape. Winnipeg is situated in the heart of the Canadian prairies, and its geography reflects that. It's flat, like extremely flat. For those who enjoy wide open spaces and unobstructed views of the sky, this can feel freeing. Winnipeg is known for its incredible sunrises and sunsets that stretch across a seamlessly endless horizon. However, if you are coming from a place with mountains, hills, or varied terrain, this flatness can feel uninspiring. There are no mountain trails to hike, no elevated lookouts to admire the city, and no dynamic landscapes to explore within the immediate areas. While Winnipeg has beautiful parks, river pathways, and green spaces, outdoor activities are generally limited to flat ground options, just like walking, biking, or some casual sports. For road trips or short getaways, the flatness continues, unfortunately. The surrounding regions offer more of the same prairie landscape with minimal changes in elevation. This can be a disappointment for those who enjoy more adventurous activities like mountain biking or skiing. With that said, the flat terrain does come with its advantages. It makes the city accessible and easy to navigate, whether you're biking to work or jogging along the river or pushing a stroller through the park. The lack of steep inclines make it manageable for all ages and fitness levels. But like I mentioned earlier, for those who thrive on the rugged adventures, Winnipeg's flat geography may not live up to expectations. This lack of variation might feel like a significant downside. So you've been warned, it's flat. Reason number 6 is the limited travel access. Winnipeg's central location in Canada has its advantages, but for frequent travelers, it can present challenges. The city isn't close to any major travel hubs, oceans, mountains, which can make getting to your destination more complicated. Winnipeg's international airport is modern and convenient, but it doesn't offer as many direct flights as airports in larger cities like Toronto, Calgary, or even Vancouver. And what does this mean for you? Well, you can expect to have more connecting flights, which can add time and cost to your travel plans. International destinations or even smaller Canadian cities often involve layovers, making what could be a short trip feel much longer. This is something to consider if you're someone who loves to travel frequently or values quick and easy access to other parts of the world. Road travel isn't much easier as the nearest major city is 7 hours away. Cities like Regina or Thunder Bay aren't exactly known for their attractions. If you enjoy spontaneous weekend getaways to vibrant or scenic locations, Winnipeg's isolation might feel limiting. However, Winnipeg's location also fosters a strong local culture. Residents make the most of the city's festivals, parks, and recreational options. Attractions like the Forks, Assiniboine Park, and the Canadian Museum for Human Rights offer plenty to do within the city. And for those willing to explore, there are other lakes, small towns, and historic sites just a few hours drive away. Ultimately, while Winnipeg offers a lot within its borders, its central location can feel restrictive for those who prioritize easy access to travel destinations or diverse landscapes. If traveling is a big part of your lifestyle, this is something you might want to think twice about before moving here. With that said, Winnipeg does have its strengths. The city offers a tight-knit community, affordable living, which again is hard to find these days, and beautiful summer weather that's perfect for outdoor activities. If you are prepared for the challenges, Winnipeg could still be the right fit for you. Though if you're starting to think that Winnipeg just isn't the place for you and you're considering cities like Calgary or even Ottawa, I've got you covered, where I break down the key things to know before moving there so you can make a smart, informed, stress-free decision. I'll link both of those videos right here, and while you watch that, I'm gonna go fly some drones.